Hello, everybody, and welcome to another Thursday afternoon peer support, peer supervision for allied health workers in research. And the three of us are all doing research. So hello to you, Mob. I'm hoping that we're going to be joined by Laura today. Hey, Doug, thank you for answering because I still haven't answered her email. I have honestly
Okay.
crazy busy, like stupid.
Mm.
But I also suggested to Claire that she might like to pop in today. So we'll see what happens. But they know it's an open invitation anyway. So Doug,
Mm.
tell us about your research week. What's
Well, I
happened?
found out that my chapters that I've been writing that I thought was my literature review is two. Here's Laura.
Here's Laura.
Hey.
Hi,
Laura,
Laura.
Hello.
we just spoke about you and I just thanked
Oh,
Doug for responding to you because I've been crazy busy.
Okay.
Hello.
How are you going?
Good. How are you?
Well, it's been a long time. I know. I'm still in transition.
Oh, wow.
I don't know from where to where, but the important thing is to move.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. Bev has been keeping me informed, Bev Babbage. Uh,
yes.
yeah. So just so everybody knows, we spoke about Bev last week. They found another two breaks in her ankle. So she had
Oh,
four breaks in her ankle. Yeah.
that's right. Yeah.
How
And
did how
yeah,
did that happen?
she fell over something at Garama, getting up to go to the ladies at 4 o'clock in the morning. And
Oh,
yeah. So she said her shoulder's fine. So I still don't know. Did she dislocate her shoulder and they fixed it straight away? I don't know what the story is. But she's out of hospital. And Doug, she said to say thank you to you for your positive thoughts.
Oh, good. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So Laura, let's just I want to go back to Doug and then we're going to come and find out about what's happening with you. Is that all right?
yeah, sure. I cannot. I'm actually in a shared office, so I won't be able to talk much.
Okay.
But
Understand.
yeah.
All right. Thank you. Okay, so Doug, getting back to your chapters that you thought were your literature review.
Yeah, they're too descriptive, so I have to just leave it as is and
Yeah.
then start a new literature review chapter and also drop one of my climate um, adaptation or mitigation. Just drop one of them.
Okay, so I only
Focus on
concentrate
one.
on one. Yeah.
Yeah.
So what's your gut telling you is what you want to follow?
At the moment, mitigation,
Okay.
because that's going to prove be the most effective. Adaptation is can be all over the place. It can be individual or it can be government. It's it's yeah, it's a bit hard to put a policy out there and say everyone will have solar panels or to everyone should put solar panels on when it's price cost. What's the word? Not there's no incentive to do it. Preventive, yeah, something like that.
Okay. So what does mitigation look like then?
That's more in line with trying to stop the amount of CO2 and carbon emissions getting into the atmosphere.
Mm.
And there's several policies around that I could look at that both I'm going to pick two for both state for SA and Northern Territory, so four all up,
Yeah.
and sort of hope I can find um, comparable ones.
Yep. Okay.
So ones that are in both states or both state and territories,
Yep.
but I haven't looked quite deeply yet at them.
Well, I just wish that you'd hurry up because I'm so eager to read yours. Do you know about a site called Purple Air?
No.
So there's air monitors that people can buy. So private people can
Yep.
buy and put outside your home, and they it measures the quality of the air on
Oh.
that particular day. So you know if you're prone to asthma, for example, or if you've got or children like my daughter Madeline has 20th century syndrome. She's allergic to everything. Right?
Yeah.
So you know by going to this website that is fed into by all of the individual monitors around the world, and you can zone in on, say, Adelaide, where you are, you zone in, and it tells you where the monitors are and what the air quality has been in the last 10 minutes. Absolutely fascinating. So guess I'm trawling it at the moment at all times during the day, checking out the air in Tasmania, the air in Bellingen. Because I'm not buying a house that's anywhere near like quarries that create lots of dust or anything that's, or bushfires is a big one.
Yeah.
So Darwin, I had no idea about this. Yeah, so Laura's nodding her head there. Darwin.
Just outside Darwin, it's pretty much ongoing during the dry season.
Yeah.
And I mean, despite it's usually done by expert people, it can get very easily out of control. You know? Especially near they had to stop the traffic near roads because it got too close to the road, so people couldn't drive there.
Yeah, it's amazing. Yeah. So fires, heat, bugs, locusts, in biblical times when there was a locust plague. So any particles are measured. It's just this amazing stuff. But there is an error rate on the ones that people like you and I could buy. They cost, I think, around about $200 to purchase. So they're not, it's not scientifically sound, but it's a good comparison. Yeah. Yeah, so I just found that really interesting from a mitigation point of view.
Yeah, I might just Google that.
Yeah, so Purple Air, the site is called, and you go into maps and then click on Australia and zone in, baby.
Purple Air.
Purple Air, yeah. Fascinating. And Doug, just while you're finding that, did you get your paperback?
Not yet.
Still not yet?
Not yet. No.
Wow. Okay. We'll move straight on to
crazy.
I know that's out of control.
So I've got my new one that I started. They want me to finish the bit on the part on environmental sociology. So finish that part and put that in the descriptive chapter.
Yep.
I guess, and then go from there. So it's basically nearly finished, but I'm using too many authors apparently. I'm going to have too many references.
Okay. Yeah. All right. So thanks, Doug. Are you okay if I swap back to Laura now?
Yeah.
Laura, tell us.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's been a kind of after we last spoke, I think I went into retreat, let's call it this way. And I needed a little bit of time, I think, to sort of recoup, reboot, rethink. It didn't really work because, I tend to isolate myself when I think it's for rebooting, but actually no, it doesn't quite work for me. And then I've been working part-time, casual, very little, and I'm still doing it. So that's been pretty much what's been going on, and it's a bit of a rough patch for me ahead as well. But hopefully, I have to keep I've been advised to keep connected rather than going into retreat, and especially finding things that interest me and not things that I do not like to do. But we all have to do things that we don't like to do. I mean, to some extent, except for the lucky ones. They can only do what they like to do. They can do what they like to do only. So I'm at the Bachelor Institute at the moment, but only for a month. And then I'll be looking for something else.
Okay.
And, yes, so yeah, it's been a contracting / consulting type of thing. And I'm here now, so I'll be talking about this probably in length. You'll find it very, very interesting. It's very, very interesting. I mean, this is where I'm at. It's actually a vet sector. So bachelor is a dual sector like CDU.
Yes. Yeah.
But I'd say the difference is that, obvious difference is that bachelor caters almost exclusively for Indigenous students. That's the major difference. And the second difference is they cater almost exclusively, or I would say almost exclusively for Indigenous living in the community. So they send trainers out rather than that. They also have courses on campus, but it's minimal. So I was in vet for many years until 2007-8 for about 10, almost 10. Well, I would say probably overseas I was in vet, really. So over 10 years. Then in 2007, I went into higher education. I've been in and out of higher education. Then I went back for a brief period of time, I would say probably a year, back to vet until 2015. And that was between 2014, 2015, when there was a shift in direction for vet. And especially for I don't know if you know how it works. Like, it's highly regulated type of adult education, highly regulated in terms of, competencies. It's competency based, completely competency based. So there was a shift in 2014, and I was working for an RTO, which would have lost their license if they didn't upgrade all the assessment into something at the time, still current, called foundation skills. I don't know if you've heard. It's been talked about, etc. It's actually has to do with literacy and numeracy as embedded in the competencies required for any trades, and I should say profession. So that goes from community services to many other things, electrical, plumbing, etc., to teaching as well, actually teaching Indigenous languages. So I'm back to vet with some surprises. So there's been a lot of changes, and some of them I find, from my perspective, of course, I'm always the devil's advocate, no matter where I go. I always find, there's been changes on paper, but in terms of practical implementation, there hasn't been many changes.
Okay, so it's the difference between the rhetoric and the reality. Yeah.
As usual, yes.
Yeah. And I think that all of us maybe have the TAE. Do you have the TAE, Doug? The training and assessment qual?
No,
No? Anne-Marie? No? You
I
do?
started on it and decided that the amount of writing and ridiculous stuff that was required in it was more than my uni quals, and I wasn't going to finish it.
It's very time consuming.
It is, and like it wasn't hard, but so time
No.
consuming.
Time consuming, yes, very time consuming and repetitive in many ways. And but yeah, it's one of, I mean, the regulator body is the ASQA, as you might know.
Yeah.
The ASQA, they're very strict in terms of any type of certificates, really.
Oh, that's the
Especially-
compliance. It's huge.
Yeah, there's a compliance thing. I mean, the attrition for me is in the fact that I mean, there's all these tick, competencies and stuff, and which have to match, of course, the tasks that learners is required to do, which is fair enough. But at the same time, it does reflect very much, in my opinion, I mean, from my, unfortunately, this is my mental cut, a behavioristic type of approach.
Yeah.
And it can work to some extent, especially when you have to train people in a very short time. It might not in other situated contexts, and I'm sure, you know what I'm talking about.
I sort of thought if I did it again, I would do it in a in-person variety rather than a distance mode, because I thought maybe the distance mode meant it was particularly onerous on the writing side of things.
Yeah, it is incredibly onerous. And I think that either face-to-face or externally it's difficult on many levels. And for people who don't have a university degree behind them, I don't actually know how they get through it, because they don't understand even how to structure a paragraph. Yeah, so it's interesting. Yeah.
It does, in my opinion, it does work when it's used with the content. So I don't know, for example, community services, or some electrical trade. There are different levels of certificate, 1, 2, 3, 4, etc. Diploma as well. Because there is a content, and there are some activities which are clearly defined.
Yeah.
But as we know, when it comes to language and the sort of the correspondence between language skills and some particular tasks, the 2 + 2 doesn't have to.
Your earbuds are creating enormous static. I don't know if you can hear it, but Anne-Marie and Doug, can you hear it? Yeah.
It makes it hard to hear.
Yeah. It's louder than your voice.
What about now? Can you hear me now?
Barely.
Oh, that's weird. Yeah, I am. I'm thought. Okay, maybe.
That's better.
Yeah, that's good.
Is that better?
Yeah, that's 10 times better.
Yeah, that's okay. So that's my discovery. I mean, it's not a discovery, I already knew, but Yeah, I mean, we know that there's something called pragmatics in language. I mean, it's not only the verbal sound associated with the word that's significant, it's much more than that. So how do you dissect that to make them match a
Yeah.
component? It's very difficult.
Yes.
So, yes. So,
Said like a true linguist.
yeah, exactly. So, so that's probably my next interest, to find the interface between these two.
Yeah. Yeah, okay.
Yeah,
Well, we're very glad to have you back with us, Laura, and you're more than
I'll
yeah.
be more consistent. Yes.
And we'll just keep jumping in on a Thursday. We will always connect with you. You know that. Yeah. So, Anne Marie, tell us about your research week.
It's been a bit slow this week. I don't seem to have got um, much done. But I think that's okay too, because I'm sort of between things at the moment. I've got the ethics stuff done as much as I can do until I get some feedback on it. I have got this journal stuff that I'm starting to write, but I've had I know many false starts on that.
That sounds like my whole
And
PhD.
what's that?
It sounds like the whole PhD, false start for me.
Starts.
And then
Yeah.
Doug as well, false start for the masters. Yeah.
But it's interesting because I'm really focusing on the strengths perspective, and so I'm sort of getting um, more literature and that around the strengths perspective, because when I did my confirmation, there was reference to it, but and that's what I wanted to do, but not the literature to sort of inform that, just that it was a strengths perspective. And so been looking at some framework stuff around that too. And like I've talked about the language and that sort of thing. The interesting thing I came across in one of the articles around strength stuff, though, was about using to like maintain that across what you're doing. So when you're writing, that you're not downing the politicians, like to maintain a strengths focus. Well, yeah, and not sort of go, well, there's this, and this wrong. So that's proved a bit interesting to um, sort of be able to word it in a way that remains true to a strength focus.
So this is a really good example of what you can write in your in the discussion about your own learnings and the congruency.
Yeah.
Because I practice from a strengths based, but I can't say that I am a strengths based person because I hate Donald Trump, and I cannot find anything good about him. Although I do agree with his concept about building a wall. I think that they should build a wall to keep the Americans in. So there you go. This is not strengths-based at all, right? And I cleaned that up a bit so it's really obvious.
But it's when there's, I know, so many policies and stuff that are deficit based and assessments that are deficit based, and but to maintain language that identifies the issues and the complexities of it, but doesn't down them for it.
So what if you used narrative as a comparison? Because narrative therapy which is still, it has an arm or an arm and a leg in strength-based.
Yeah.
But it would say something about sparkling moments. Like you find the sparkling moments in the deficit. Because there's, it's that old maxim that every cloud has a silver lining.
Silver lining, yeah.
So that's why you could do it.
Yeah.
I don't know.
No, I quite like that, and I like the sparkling moments, the looking for the sparkling moments, because sometimes they are a bit hard to find.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. And then, of course, narrative, like strengths, externalizes the problem. It's the problem is the problem. Never the individual. Yeah, it's the problem. Yeah. So you can still talk about the problem, but you can't associate it to the individual, which is what you're saying with our assessments are so deficit.
Yeah.
Or deficit saturated. Yeah.
Yeah.
And even social work, we're so used to being deficit saturated that I think sometimes we forget the sparkling moments ourselves. Because the world can be a really dark and horrible place. And just listening to what Laura was just saying, and she's wanting to, hide away. And this is now my analysis, Laura, trying to protect herself from further harm, and being lonely, but being happy to be by herself. So there's sparkling in there, but there's also darkness. Yeah. But you've got a big job ahead of you, Anne-Marie.
Yeah. But yes, that's actually add to one of my other starts.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah,
but I've started with the environment and the experiences impact the way baby's brain develop. But then the policies and that influence the experiences and the environment that they grow up in. Yeah, so I was trying to do these two things side by side. But it just wasn't quite working for me. So
Yeah, so maybe one has to be seen through a narrative lens and the other one has to be seen through the strengths-based lens.
No,
it's good to have a contrast anyway.
Yeah. And speaking of contrast, Claire, I think it was, said to me once with my research, it would be really interesting just to juxtapose doing it one way against another way. So argument for, say, thematic analysis to codebook analysis, or, just something like that to show that you still end up in the same place.
Yeah, well, I was thinking about that because I attended, Claire's thing yesterday. She had a free one, and I'm going to do the reflexive thematic analysis stuff with later. But I thought I would, the more times you hear something, the better it goes in your brain. So
that's why I keep this beside my desk.
Yeah, so I thought I would attend her one yesterday, and it was really good. And I was thinking about, if I examined my stuff, which I plan to do through the reflexive thematic analysis, and how different would that be if it was just done with code book or so I was thinking about that, but the thing that it doesn't have is then the critical, your critical analysis of it. It's not got the it's more like what the determined themes are. So but
you can still critically analyze within those determined themes. So if you're doing straight code book, it's already set, right?
Yeah.
So even within the things that come up, the themes that arise within what is already set, you can still critically analyze them and juxtapose them to another theme. Yeah, so it's possible to do it, but this
It'd
leads
be,
into
yeah.
what I've been playing with, which you two are going to laugh because I have been so resistant to it. How good is Enviro?
I've not played with it.
I'm in love. I'm in lust. I'm in heaven.
Zotero, but you have to buy the subscription to it, otherwise you'll run out of space for your references.
I've got it through the university.
Yeah, but Zotero only allows you to have for free so many references, and
Enviro,
then
yeah.
sorry, and then after a while you'll probably realize that your reference list will get to a point where you need to upgrade.
So I haven't put any references in it. I'm just putting in the themes.
Ah,
Yeah.
Zotero.
Enviro.
Oh, in Vivo.
Yes. So not
Oh,
EndNote.
No, in Vivo.
Yes. I'm in
Yeah.
love. It's
Yeah.
great. Yeah. And
the way, but the way okay, so Envivo finds the themes, right? I mean, depending on the category that you established
Yeah.
before. But
Yeah.
then the way you establish the category, I was thinking of what Anne-Marie was saying, has to have some methodological, theoretical foundation. Like, how do you establish a category? Yes, I mean, of course, you go by logics, especially if you know the content of your data, but then you have to have a method there, which has to be backed up by somebody else that has done it before, and why
Yeah.
it's done and why it worked. Sort
Yeah.
of, yeah. So I think if I understand the problem with, so you're trying to find a correspondence between the method and what actually, and the analysis. Is that correct?
For Anne-Marie. Yeah.
Yeah. No, I was more just wondering how, if you did it differently, how would that look? You know, if you used a different means of analysis. Although, like when you say that, I'm just thinking, like when I did a flow thing of, you know, this is my question, therefore it's this, you know, ontology and that sort of thing, and did a flow through, and so it actually fits that it should be reflexive thematic analysis with, I don't know, IPA as the underpinning thing of it. Yeah. So yeah. So it probably in my situation wouldn't actually work to do it with a different one, but yeah, just wondering what the results would how the results would be different.
Yeah. So mine is easy because I'm going code book. Right. So
Okay.
I'm easy. And then I can actually very easily argue, which was Claire's point. If I went a different way, I would end up with the same themes that had been drawn out. Yeah, so for me, that's very easy, but yours is slightly different because of the theory of the strengths-based framework and practice. So it's not just the framework, it's also the practice that you're skilled in and you know about. Yeah. Yeah, interesting. So maybe we'll get a 0 word count on that this week, perhaps. Yeah.
I'm still aiming to get a word count on it. But yeah, that ends in a 0 nonetheless.
It ends in a 0, yes.
Yes.
Yeah. So, Laura, what we're doing at the moment as accountability for each of us we're writing each week and sharing with each other a number that ends in 0. It could be 10, it could be 1,000. It doesn't matter. So the idea is that it commits everybody to some writing every week. And I'm learning so much from reading Doug's stuff because environmental issues are a passion of mine anyway, but approaching it from a theoretical perspective rather than a personal perspective, I'm learning heaps. So I'm loving that. Yeah. And then Anne-Marie and I have worked together forever. So I love getting her stuff because I already know what she's talking about. It's great. Working really well. Yeah. Yeah. And it's actually forcing me to make choices about, right, I'm writing this bit because this bit is being sent to those guys. So I'm not taking shortcuts. I'm trying to write it better. Although, Doug, the last thing I ever do is the referencing. I don't care if it's in italics or APA 7 will be sorted out afterwards.
Okay.
So
Just make sure you sort it out. That's all.
Oh, yeah, it will be
Don't leave it because it'll be hell to pay, and
at the
they'll
end.
say minor corrections or major corrections. Look at reference list.
Did you end up going with EndNote?
I did, but I haven't finished inputting to it. So as I'm writing, these are new bits that you guys are getting, right? So they're new bits that I'm writing and I'm finding new references. So they're getting dropped into EndNote.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I haven't inputted everything else.
Yeah.
So Laura, I'm late to the party, but I've only not long started using EndNote and then NVivo. What's it called?
Yeah, NVivo.
NVivo, yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. So I've resisted it for a long time, but now that I've got an extra 6 months to hand in, I've gone, well, may as well.
Make it easier for yourself.
Sorry.
how
Make it easier for yourself. Whoops, sorry.
yeah, I have to leave you, unfortunately, but if you can, so are you saying that you're writing a paragraph and then swap with each other?
Yeah.
You are, okay, through email?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. And is that happening every week?
Yeah.
Yes. Yep.
Okay. So I'm keen to receive yours, and but it can be on anything, right?
Correct. Yeah. Yep. It's whatever turns you on. Yep. Just you write it, we read it. We become accountability partners. Yeah. Must end in a 0, although mine never does, just so you know. And it might be 837, but I just say to the others, it's 800 words. Yeah.
And we don't check up on you, so
No.
Yeah.
Cool.
All right. So we'll include you in the emails.
Cool, no problem. And what about the numbers? I didn't quite understand what the numbers got to do with it.
10 to 1,000.
Yeah.
yeah. So it could be 10, 20, 30, your choice. 50,
30.
100, or 1,000.
Words, you mean?
Yeah, well,
Yeah. Not
So you just whatever you
Okay,
want to do. Yeah.
It's
I have to
about
be
writing.
I have to be realistic.
Yeah, of course. Hey, 250 words is a paragraph.
I actually need some input on, I will write something, but I need input on the ethical implications.
Okay. Yep.
Yeah.
All right.
I'll talk to you soon.
Yeah, see you.
Okay.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye. Bye.
See you. Bye-bye. Yes, I can't believe that I've waited so long to try those 2 applications. How silly am I?
Yeah. And so tell me about NVivo and what you're getting out of it that's useful for you, just so I know.
So I've been working with the split screen. I have like 4 documents on the screen or 2 on this one and 1 over here, whatever.
Yeah.
So I've got my documents split and I've color-coded all of the themes, but I keep finding new themes.
Yeah.
It's driving me insane. And then at work this week, we were using NVivo to theme a whole heap of interviews that have been done. And I was watching it and they're dragging. So they've got their codes on one side of the screen and then they've got the actual file of the interview on the other. And they're all reading it going, oh yeah, that could go into, oh, that's a new code there. Let's put that under breakfast. So then they make a new breakfast code over here and they just highlight it and drag it over. So it's still in the document, but it's gone straight into a theme over here. And then you go all through your document and you work out what your themes are. They're all dragged over into themes. They're held there and you can see on one screen how many themes you've got under breakfast, how many themes you've got under brain development, how many themes you've got under such and such. But the best bit for me was it also drags over whereabouts in the transcript it is. So for accountability purposes, if anybody ever questions, did they really say that? You've already got it on NVivo that this was interview number 2 at 1 minute and 7 seconds said by participant AMT, you know, or whatever you've called your participant. So for me, that was so exciting. Then you can run mind maps. You can run all sorts of reports.
Word clouds are good.
Yeah, word
That's the way
clouds.
of generating themes as well. Not themes, but keywords.
Yeah. I've used word clouds. Yeah. So it's just this magic piece of software that sorts your and stores your data in a really accountable way.
And was it easy to pick up how to use it?
Yes, and there's lots of YouTube videos as well. So I watched one YouTube video on how to run a report. But for me, my supervisors have been saying to me, what percentage of your chapters have you got written? So I'm guessing all the time because I'm not a numbers person. I go, you know, 90% on that one or 30% on that one. Vivo tells you straight up.
So your whole chapters are in there?
No, for your coding more than anything.
Okay.
Yeah, so yeah, not my
You
whole
want
chapter.
me to send you a basic and advanced information on Emery, have I frozen?
No, you're
No,
there.
no.
Emery just looked
I'm
really
sitting still.
Although
I
you
do that
have
sometimes.
You've got your scarf on, you are looking a bit frozen.
Yeah, I've got a migraine today. I've had it for 3 days now. So bastard of a thing.
But
But I've got it. Sorry?
you're looking so good too.
I had a shower and a shave.
Oh, I'm glad. Yeah.
That's good. So not well, yeah, okay. Thank you. But I've got a document from there's a lady that comes on and does training for NVivo once or twice a year at CDU. She's based in Melbourne. She's the tech person for one of the tech people for NVivo in Australia.
Wow.
Okay.
And I'll email her basic and advanced documents, and if you just follow them, by example and all that, it'll tell you how to sort of populate your NVivo.
Fantastic. Send that to me.
Okay, thank you.
I'm not claiming to be any expert here.
Yeah.
You know more than I do. I haven't played with it. I just got the stuff and I haven't read it. I haven't played. I should, but it's how I'm going to use it for my policies once I've discovered them, found them, analysed them. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, but I'm a convert now. I'm very happy. Yeah.
Mm.
And for me, just being able to go to the one place and go, there's all my themes there, right? It makes the analysis so much easier rather than me either having all of these files open or my kitchen table as it usually works out.
Yeah.
You know, with everything there, and I'm going, now, hang on, which participant actually said that? And wasn't there somebody else who said something similar? So, you know, I'm looking back through all of the transcripts, checking it on my own database. Like,
Mm.
Yeah, but NVivo will help a lot with that.
It's just fantastic. Yeah.
Mm.
So Anne-Marie, I couldn't find it on the university site, so I contacted the IT people and said, this is what I'm after. Can you help me? They sent me a link. It was that easy. Download the
All
link,
right.
and this is the number that you need to put in to activate it. I imagine it would be some great big thing, and I'd have to call the IT man from Paul's work to come and help me, and
Yeah. Okay.
crazy. But I want to show you two.
Mm.
The mail came in today, always exciting. So
Got
do
a
you,
book?
I got a couple of books, yeah. Do you know
Cool.
about Book Grocer?
No.
Oh.
So Book Grocer is an Australian initiative, and they have secondhand books as well as new books. And I've recently done a bibliotherapy and mental health course, and I'm currently doing a bibliotherapy and Freud and fairy tale course.
Mm.
And I wanted the book that has been recommended by the author. So to get it from the UK, it was just ridiculously expensive.
Mhm.
And somebody said, try Book Grocer. They've got everything. What the hell is Book Grocer? Looked it up, found the book, bought a second-hand copy. The second-hand copy is actually brand new.
Oh,
So
wow.
Oh.
yeah, I think the postage on it was more than the book actually cost.
Yeah.
And maybe I was just lucky. I don't know, but I was very happy. And then from my meeting with Andrew Griffiths last week, I can't believe this one has
Oh, how did that go?
oh,
Yeah, tell them.
okay. Oh, yeah, because I haven't seen you guys.
No.
Oh,
No, no.
yeah, okay. So really, really good. I'm starting work with him. I think I told you on email, did I, Doug, maybe? I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, because
So you said a few bits and bobs.
yeah, I've got deja vu going down. Like, oh God, I hope I'm not repeating myself here. So I'm going to engage him to help me do a book pitch.
Mm.
And I'm going to run parallel processes. So while I'm writing for the thesis, I'm also writing in plain speak, right? So I've got the two processes going on, as I knew I'd have to do, because I can't do the creative thesis the way I wanted to. I wanted it to be one, yeah, but
Yeah.
yeah, I understand why I can't. I'm just pity that I have had so many changes of
Mhm.
supervisors, and I just want Tara back. I've
Mm.
had a week of yearning, you know, like, but enough. So it's going to cost me $3,000 to work with him to do a book pitch. So we'll work out the book pitch, and then he's going to pick a couple of publishers, but he said he thought that the most likely would be Wiley, because Wiley loves, you listen up here, Anne-Marie, Wiley loves people with PhDs. Like, so they love to be able to market the PhDs. But their business model is quite interesting. And Doug, this is the stuff I shared with you.
Yeah.
So according to Andrew, to be able to self-publish a quality book, it's going to cost you about $30,000, right? From where to go. But Wiley will pick you up. They give you approximately a $5,000 upfront payment. So to engage you to, you know, finish writing the book, on the understanding that you will then buy $20,000 worth of your own book. So it's almost like self-publishing, except that you get the Wiley imprints and you get their distributorship and you get some of their help. But you've just purchased $20,000 worth of books that you're then free to, at the wholesale, so you're then free to mark up, to use them as promos, to on-sell them, prizes, whatever you want, right? Because you've just owned this $20,000 worth of books. For me, though, it's the distribution networks and it's the imprint that turns greatly. Yeah. So if Wiley picked me up, I'd be very happy with that. Like,
Also look at Emerald.
I'm going through the ones that Andrew's already got the relationship with,
Yeah,
because he's saying that this is like a foot in the door, right?
Mm.
So yes, it's going to cost me $3,000 to get that foot in the door.
Yeah.
And that's okay. because I
Mm.
want it. And he's just going, yeah, look, this is the time frame we can do it in. I'm actually glad that you're taking a little bit longer on your PhD because he had a
Yeah.
heart attack and it gave him some extra time as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So very exciting. I start working with him next month.
Mm.
Yeah.
Cool. You
Yeah.
should see if you get
Wonderful.
Speaking Naturally, Dragon Speaking Naturally software, so you can just sit back and talk to your computer, and it'll populate what you're saying.
That
As
actually
the,
works well for me. I often use my phone, particularly if I'm out walking this damn dog.
yeah,
That's why I had to disappear. I let him out before.
yeah,
But I'll be inspired with something and go,
mm,
damn it, that's how those two things fit together. So I talk it into the phone and then I just, turn it to text and email it to myself. But I
yeah,
love that whole concept. Yeah.
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 I so when I was doing my social work degree, so quite a lot of years ago, so I've got Crohn's disease and I had very bad just reactive arthritis in my hands, and so I couldn't type, and so I used Dragon,
Mm,
naturally speaking, and I would sit there and talk to my computer to get it onto the computer, and then my kids would come in and go, full stop, question mark,
mm,
just to mess up my writing. But it was actually really good. I know there's lots of other ways of doing those things
mm,
now, but yeah, like I used to, yeah, have to wear glove things and stuff to try and ease the pain. Um,
Yeah.
Fortunately, the medication I'm on these days keeps that all under control.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because I didn't realize what the problem was back then either.
no.
Yeah.
Because I didn't seek much medical help either. I just sort of was, yeah, but yeah, but it's wonderful the different ways you can do stuff these days, hey?
Yeah.
Because Word has a voice
Mm.
recorder, but I don't know how good it is. And whether you need a good microphone set up for it. 'Cause I doubt it whether the computer's microphone will um
Pick it
be
up.
reliable unless you've got it turned up to buggery and
Yeah.
Yeah,
yeah,
I
I
think,
have got a good one. I've got a Yeti. So yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah, and I think like having the programs like the Dragon, naturally speaking,
mm,
because you train it,
mm,
so it picks up your words much better. Where with the word one and that, it's, yeah, a bit hit and
yeah,
miss.
bit odd,
But
yeah,
although today with AI stuff and that sort of thing, they might all train.
yeah. You
Yeah.
gotta be careful with AI as well, so you don't want to train it to um learn what you're saying and use it as a means of training
Impersonating.
itself to, yeah, impersonate a human.
Yeah. Yeah. I I really love ChatGPT for working stuff
Mm,
out. But anything personal, I just leave it alone. Although
yeah.
I did ask ChatGPT, based on what you know of me, if you were to give my eulogy, what would you say? Holy, I don't know where it got that I love drinking herbal tea, but it knew. Where does that come from? Because I don't put that stuff on Facebook or not that I use Facebook, but on LinkedIn, I don't say, my darling wakes me up every morning with a cup of lemon and ginger. During the day, I drink either lemon and ginger or peppermint, but I end my day with peppermint tea. A couple of other things that I went, no, that's private stuff. How do you know that?
I think they listen to us, hey?
Well, quite obviously. I had like a beer for breakfast, thanks. You knew I like double vodkas.
It has been listening.
Yes, I know. Yeah, probably at the pub, on the few occasions where we go to the pub, and we're going Friday night. Is today Thursday?
Yeah.
Yeah, today's Thursday, yeah.
So it's not a dry community up there.
No, Nhulunbuy is not dry at all. So that's
Yeah.
great for me. It doesn't
Yeah.
matter at all because he doesn't drink, but I can have alcohol in the house.
Yeah.
There's a pub, and tomorrow is Mr. M's memorial. So poor old Mr. M, he's been in the freezer for I don't know how long now. Yeah, it's been a while, the poor thing. So this is Witiana's brother, one of the Marikas. Oh, Mr. M.
No, yeah, you gotta edit that out and
Yeah. Okay. Well, Witiana's a Marika, so I can say his name. Yeah. But tomorrow is Mr. M's memorial. So I'm going to the memorial and I'm allowed to wear a Ruratingu shirt. So I'll be representing Ruratingu with Paul. And then it's going to be pretty much all day. Tomorrow night, one of the Ruratingu workers is singing at the pub. So we're all going out to dinner together as a group, as a work group, and to watch this fella sing, which I think is a really lovely thing to do. So yeah, you can't have double vodkas up here.
sorry.
They won't do doubles. Even if I go out to dinner and I order a margarita, it's a single shot. So I'm not paying $22 anymore for a cocktail that's got a single shot in it. The reason I want to have a cocktail is because it's got a double shot. Yeah, but how did AI know that shit? How did it know? Because it's not stuff that I talk about, except it's out there because
Now the whole world is going to know.
yeah, and that's okay. But because I'm like I don't have a drinking problem. I have one, and I am pissed. That's it. I'm done. Well, Anne Marie from Norfolk Island. In fact, I think I had 3 glasses of champagne that night of my 60th birthday. Like, woohoo!
That was a good party.
That was a good party. It was wonderful. And I do miss Norfolk Island, something terrible. I miss the beauty.
Yeah.
I miss the birds. I miss the scenery.
Can you go back?
Of course. And I did say when I left, I'll be back when I'm Dr. Bayliss, the bibliotherapist.
Yeah. Do you own a house there, or were you renting?
We had a house through Paul's work.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah, but I love the island so much, Doug, I would have bought there. I had the house picked out. Yeah, sorry, Emma.
The accommodation there was really reasonable. Hey, like Cardine and I shared a accommodation, and bedroom each, lounge room, kitchen, and it's still. I was quite shocked at how cheap it was. And they kept topping up our internet for us.
That included the car, right?
What's that?
That included the car.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, the package included the car.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the most lovely sea view.
Yeah, no, it was beautiful. Yeah.
The place I wanted to buy didn't have a sea view. It had valley views, but it's like 4 minutes down the road, and you've got the most amazing cliffs and ocean and whales and just amazing. And then
just the color of the ocean and stuff was just amazing. You could just stay and watch the movement of the ocean. It was pretty amazing.
Very, very beautiful. But I won't be back in a hurry because it's expensive to get there. It's an international flight, and I just need to do some other things first. Like I'm about to spend a lot of money with Andrew Griffiths. Yeah, so I need to think really carefully about what my choices are here. And I want to launch the book in Rome. So I'm going to a retreat in Rome next September. Yeah, next one.
Yeah.
September the year later. Yeah, next year. Yeah. And the retreat launched the book, and I'm looking at buying another house too, down south somewhere.
Mm.
Got like serious spends. Alexander rang me today to say that the car's not starting, so he's left the car in front of the hospital where he works. And I said, well, did you ring the auto electricians then? And he went, no, I've got to go home and have a sleep. Okay,
It's
so
only priorities, right?
yeah, that's correct. Yeah. And he said, are you going to pay for this? Which of course I will. But I said, if you'd had this serviced 6 weeks ago when we said, we possibly wouldn't be in this situation now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, yeah. And the bats in the house are costing a fortune, like thousands of dollars, ridding our house in Babinda of the microbats. Very, very expensive. Yeah. So I'm very grateful that Paula's working, and I'm very grateful that I have my meager 2 days a week of work.
Yeah.
Because every cent is required at the moment. Yeah. Anyway. But the other book that I got,
Yes, the other book.
Marie, I think you'd be very interested in this one. Look, it's your book by Anna Featherstone, and this is a manual for people who want to self-publish.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So Andrew sent it to me and he said, this man is so lovely. Look, he said, hey, Megan, lovely to catch up and have a bloody good chin wag. Looking forward to working with you. Like just a delightful man, this man. But he said it's the book that he always wished that somebody had written when he started publishing, because it's written for people who want to self-publish, but it's just full of that basic information about what happens in the publishing world. And he reinforced for me, which is important for you guys, that picking up publishing deals does rely on your distribution channels, your own distribution channels. So building your social media, building your presence by speaking, by your networking, being able to prove these things, but also by commercializing what it is that we do. So his question to me is, how are you commercializing your PhD? Oh, this is going to be in the pitch, Megan. You need to start thinking about it now, because your PhD is worth something. And I've been very clear, I'm not moving into academia. That's not what I want for the rest of my life. I want to do something. Yeah. So for you too as well, how are you going to make the pain that you've had to go through pay for your future? Yeah. And particularly for you, Doug, because you're just sitting on a gold mine with this climate mitigation stuff. It is so now. Yeah.
I hope so.
Yeah.
I hope so. Publish it. I'll write something out when I finish it, and have a toy.
Have something. Yeah.
Yeah, even if it's just bring a brief, 20 to 1,000 words. It's a start.
Yeah, it is a start, and it won't be a start until you start. Yes.
No.
Yeah, so it's got to be done. Yeah. And for you, Anne Marie, educating people about what it's like in these communities. And it's not because our Indigenous families have not got the wherewithal. It's because of the way we have set up our colonial measurements.
Yeah.
Continue to do it.
Yeah, I was just, when I was doing my stream of consciousness writing, sort of going, like, what if white kids were measured by Indigenous values, Indigenous skills, whatever? Like, how would our kids shape up? And while we go, no, can't do that. But why not? Who said, like, who said our way is the best way? The other thing I was reading, because I looked up because I wrote down, that Indigenous people have got a different relationship with money. And so I went to have a look to see if there was some research stuff about that, and I did find a report that was written, and it is about it being a sharing economy, and
Yeah.
and actually, how can you argue with that? If
Mm.
we're so individualistic and want to keep it all for ourselves,
Yeah,
yeah, that it's so there's the systemic stuff and what colonization has done, but there's
Mhm.
also there was a question in the thing about what it meant to be rich, and some of the answers were about having a full fridge, not to have to worry about having money. It wasn't about having a pool and a car and a
Yeah.
yeah, that what was rich was quite um different.
Mhm.
yeah. See, that's interesting. And I might have even said this to you over the years, that part of the definition of poverty is the inability to make choices. So
Mm,
many of us in the first world are unable to make choices because of the way we've been conditioned. We
Mm.
do what we're told to do by our parents or by society, like buying the status symbols. Buying the big flash car and, the 4-bedroom, 2-bathroom house with the swimming pool and the tennis court. Whereas I think, ugh, who's
Yeah,
going
who needs a tennis court for one thing? Got a
to?
pool. You got the
do
beach,
you
you got
know what?
public pools.
I I grew up with a tennis court in my backyard, I'll have you
Oh,
know.
get out. Yeah. Yeah, you colonial child. Yeah. Whereabouts was that, at Redcliffe or?
At Roma. So
Yeah.
our house was on, it was a really old house, but it was on three blocks, and on the back block they brought in what was from a tennis court that was at their place out in the bush where they used to live. Um, and because they used to have tennis matches was the social thing. They go to different properties to
Yeah.
have tennis matches. And so when that was no longer such a thing, they brought in the fencing and the net things and the roller and everything, and made a tennis court in our backyard, which we used to ride our bikes on, and but
Sacrilege.
Status symbol.
yeah,
Yeah, because a lot of the old houses in Sydney and Melbourne, even Brisbane,
Mm.
they had tennis courts. So yeah, it was the social cohesion, the social glue, I guess, that brought,
yeah, I think more than a status thing, it was
yeah,
Mhm.
a
yeah,
social thing, and yeah.
yeah. I don't know if you noticed, Anne-Marie, on Norfolk Island, but it always intrigued me that there were so many tennis courts in people's backyards. Like how, with that wind there, how did the ball blow away? When you actually get to hit the ball?
Oh, yeah.
Don't
Yeah.
know. But anyway. All right,
Yeah.
friends, we have to end up because this dog's going to be biting me shortly. You can probably hear him in the background, like,
Yeah.
but lovely
Well,
to see you both.
it
Yeah.
was lovely to catch up with you again.
Yes,
Yes.
I'll
And I
send those 2 documents.
thank you.
Thanks,
And I
Dad.
look forward to your words. I don't know when you'll get mine, but it'll be before next Thursday. I promise that. All right.
Okay. See you.
Well,
Okay, see you.
Bye.
Bye.